Hi, I'm Jasmine Schulte. I'm here with young adult children's author Leslie Yannachione. Today we're here to talk about her new book, Lynx. I personally have read the book. I absolutely loved it, and I have a couple questions for you pertaining what I've read here. So my first question is, there is a bit of a struggle in the beginning of the book regarding Lynx. Can you describe to me her comfort zone with her colleagues?
She has four character agents that she considers brothers. And at the beginning, there's a little bit of an issue that she has to deal with as far as where they fit in her life. She has to figure out, each one and their agendas, because there's something that happens that is an issue for her, and it's hard for her to try to place where everybody belongs, and so that's where it all begins. So that's where we're brought into the story.
Is this book taking place in the present, past, or future?
Present. It's the present time.
Okay. Cool. I have my questions on my phone here. So I feel like there's a lot of male roles in the book. I feel like Lynx was kind of the only female role in the book, and I feel like some of the guys might have had feelings towards her and whatnot. Why did you choose to just have one female role and all those guys around her?
That's a good question. She is the female agent in that group. This is based on a whole organization, but in that particular group, she is the only female, other than the parental figure. There's another woman in the book. So the purpose of that was simply because of their abilities that they all have. They all have individual abilities that work in the group. So she fit in that group, and that's why she's there.
Coming off that question, do you think if Lynx wasn't special, if she didn't have her qualities that helped the group, do you think she would still be part of the group? Do you think they would still want her? Or do you think they kind of just want her for her special abilities?
She, if you remember when you read, she is best friends with one of the agents. They grew up together. So no matter what the group dynamic was going to be, she would be with that agent. So whether they were in a group with the ones they're in now or somebody else, those two would have stayed together. So because of her abilities and their abilities, that's why it worked. But all of them are very protective of each other. So it's pretty much like brother-sisterly relationships that they have.
Okay. I also noticed, I think there's a lot of humor in the book. Is there a reason why you wanted to include so much humor? Because I felt like this book could have went one way. I felt like it could have gone very serious the whole way through, but there was some humor throughout. So why did you choose to do that?
I guess because real life is very serious, and if you're an agent and on secret missions, and it's you could die any day and it's stressful, I think humor is something that a lot of people use anyway, just to get through simple things. In our lives, we use humor, and I think that's probably why it's so serious, and then there are funny times just to break the stress.
Yeah, I really like that. I like a little bit of humor and kind of anything like that. So the group of agents, are they taking orders from someone, or do they kind of just do their own thing?
They're definitely getting orders from the higher ups in the organization, but the organization itself is off record.
So yeah, I was kind of thinking about who's telling them to go on these missions and stuff. So in the book, there are people who are kind of fighting Lynx. They're trying to kind of go after Lynx. Are these people on the same mission as the group, or are they kind of on their own agenda? We don't know much about them.
you won't know about them in this book, but it's coming in later in the series. They are definitely not in this organization.
So personally, my favorite character was Lynx. I found her admirable that as a female she took such a strong role. So who was a memorable character for you in this book?
Really, there is something about each of the characters that I admire, and I think it's because I admire those personality traits in the people who have their likenesses in the real world, that I chose. So I do like Lynx because I think it's important for young girls to see that there are strong women, and there are 2 doctors in the books. One's a medical doctor, one's a psychologist, and they're the parent figures for these agents. They're the ones that they go to when the agents need something, and that role is important to the male and the female role. So I think that's why I mainly mixed the group where there are male-female roles, because it's important for younger kids to see that you need both. That you definitely need both in different situations where there's a softer side, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's the woman's side. Men can be gentle too, and you'll see that in the book.
Throughout the book, there's a lot of exciting moments. Is there anything you kind of want to hint to your readers, to tease to them about what they might find when they're reading?
There are a lot of questions that are going to be left unanswered, which is the point of the book. First book in the series. The second book, we're going to get a little more details of their favorite characters, because they are going to come away with the favorite characters. And then book 3, things are going to shake up a little bit, and it will continue. So the series will go past book 3.
Very interesting. Okay, well that wraps up my questions. You can find the book on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, iTunes, and Ingram. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and submit your questions to lesliesmurals.com.